'tis the season of ghouls and goblins. And for that reason, you wanted to go and do some reviews of horror films or Halloween themed films. And so I suggested, since we love doing old films that we grew up on, I thought, why not do a review on one movie that came out way before, then did a remake, and then created a prequel, which I have not seen yet. But the remake, I have to say, is so good. But the original, the thing from outer space,
From another
is,
world.
huh?
From another world.
What'd I say?
From outer space.
Well, I'm kind of drunk, so it's kind of all right.
Fair enough.
Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm Adon.
where we give a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert, The Thing from Another World debuted in 1951. I saw it on Roku because that's the only way you can buy it for streaming. I'm not going to buy it. Where did you see it?
I bought it. Amazon was giving me a stupid low price. It was less
How
than what
much?
it was, like $270
For rent or for buy?
for buy. They were giving me a discount.
Oh,
And I'm like, that's less than what you showed me for rent. So I'm like, I bought it. That's why I said I told you it's on my account.
oh, okay. This is what I did. I saw the remake, The Thing, starring Kurt Russell and our boy Keith David. We got to dedicate a year to this guy.
He's done so many projects. It's ridiculous.
And
But wait.
but
So
not
you
just
saw
that.
the Kurt Russell thing before this one?
Correct.
Oh, you should have done it the other way around.
No, because I saw this and I was like, oh, I see where they got this from. I see where they got this from. I see the
Yeah,
where they
it works that way too, the other way around too.
right. But seeing this, I had trouble paying attention because, granted, back then, yes, you could do special effects, but not as you could do with the remake or even today in
True.
standards.
Mhm.
But they talk so fast in the original.
That was the thing that I noticed. I'm like, there is almost no moments of silence other than like when they're playing music. Everybody has
Right.
like a lot of lines and they're like speaking a mile a minute. They're so like
They're not acting. They're just saying the lines.
no, some of them were
No,
acting.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, the doctor was acting, but
And I think
everyone
the
else
female
felt
doctor too.
you thought so?
When she was
Well, she was
flirting.
laughing a lot. She was, well, yeah, but like they're just saying the lines, boom, 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 and sometimes they're talking over each other, which is fine because that's how it is in the real world.
Yeah.
People talk over each other sometimes, but my God, it just felt like they're just spitting out lines just to get it done. If they did acting, like proper acting, the minute would be, I mean, not a minute. My intoxication is still there. The movie would have been over 90 minutes. It would have been probably an hour and 45 minutes.
I
This movie
also
was like
attribute that to
under,
the times because wasn't that the thing back in like a lot of older films that I don't want to put it like jibber jabber, but like I remember Dad
but no, they
watching
just,
films like that and they just
right.
keep going like da 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 da.
Yeah, but then you have like Laura and Hardy and the Three Stooges where they were acting.
Yeah,
But yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong in a sense where a lot of them were just saying the lines, just to say it out there, just to inform the audience who was watching the movie.
hmm
Yes, this movie was sometimes very comical, not intended to be,
I
but
agree.
seeing it here, seeing it now, it is somewhat comical in some aspects. Back then, since movies and television was a new form, because before you will listen to the radio to be entertained
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And then the movies would come in, not like today. People got startled very easy because they just let their imagination go and they saw that big creature who was like pretty much like Frankenstein, if you will.
the way they just characterized him as a giant carrot.
Right. And then I was thinking because they referred to him or that species like a plant.
Yes.
And I saw recently, I'm not sure if I sent it to you, but Tyson, the scientist, he said in an interview that ET is a plant.
I thought I said that to you.
Either or, but the thing is,
He said ET
it's
was a plant, and when they asked him, like, how do you know
how do you
that?
know this? Steven Spielberg told him. So he got it from the source.
Yes.
So was this your first time? Have you seen it before?
No, never saw it before. This is my
Yeah,
first
me
time.
neither.
Mhm.
Me neither. What did you think of it though?
You know what? Yeah, the points you made, It's like it doesn't hit the same way because different generation, different eyes,
Mhm.
different feel. That one scene where the thing breaks in and they just like throw fire on it and they throw kerosene. I was watching it, I rewound it because I was like, they literally just threw kerosene on the guy and they almost burned the actress.
She was covered though, wasn't she?
She was behind the mattress and the mattress
Right.
lit up.
Caught on fire. Right,
Yeah.
true. True, yeah. Well, they did change something for that because, like, he looked differently, like, he had, like, a helmet or face mask
Yeah.
kind of thing because the head was a little bigger than normal,
But even at
but
that,
yes, I totally agree. I totally agree that it was like they lit him up, which is a dangerous stunt regardless what
mhm.
decade or whenever it was. It's still a dangerous stunt. And yes, there's throwing stuff and fire, kerosene is going all over the place,
I
and
love the concept of the monster too. The concept.
he looked like Frankenstein.
No, 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 no. Before you get to actually see him, like they like where they're describing him, discussing him, like off the camera, like monster sounds awesome. And then,
Right, but at the same time, is like what we see in the remake and what we see here are two different things because they talk about it could duplicate,
but that's in the
yet it
remake. They
doesn't
talk
do.
about that.
No, but then they talk about it here.
No, and here what it is like the reverse. Like you know how we see plants, like we're the higher being because we're sentient and we eat plants. It
Hmm.
consumes our blood like it's fuel.
Right.
It's a plant base, and it doesn't duplicate. It regrows itself, and it can duplicate
Oh,
itself not like osmosis, but like asexual, where it can make seeds of itself.
so those pods that look like
Carrots
lungs.
or
No, it looked
lungs,
like
oh,
lungs.
like
It
lung
looked like lungs
flowers.
because of breathing in and out. It was
Yeah,
inflating, deflating. That's what I saw it as,
those
and
were
they were
like
trying to take the
children.
heartbeat of that one creature.
Yes,
Okay.
but basically, it's not trying to duplicate the other people. It's just consuming them for fuel.
So a vampire.
Exactly, it's a plant vampire. As silly as that sounds, like when you think about it, like we have in nature, like Venus flytraps. It's the most
Mhm,
popular one. There's other plants that do it, but it's the most popular one
mhm.
that does consume other life in order to thrive.
Fair enough. I'm stuck into the aspect of like ET and that thing is from the same universe.
If ET got bit by Dracula, then you probably have this thing.
Probably, probably.
What were you gonna say? What did you like?
When you watch the remake, you can see the similarities, and of course, you can see where the remake went somewhere else, which I'm happy with. But some of the stuff was kind of funny, like the ending where the creature comes, the thing shows up, and the doctor's trying to talk to it, trying to
Oh,
reason it, and it just pushes him. He's like, oh, he just knocks out. I was like,
well, there was a
what?
clear moment where the creature's like looking at him, like, "What are you trying to
Right.
do?"
Exactly. Oh, and the doctor, which is what happens is total opposite in a remake, but the doctor reminded me of damn, what's his name from Alien? The android from Alien.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking because he kept wanting the creature to live. And he's like, your
Right.
lives technically not as important as the push of science in this creature. Uh,
Right.
yes,
Right.
it's like the corporation basically from Aliens, the mother, the device. Yeah, I get,
Right. But I'm talking about but the android
hmm
who is like also the medic, he's following protocols, and this guy is like fighting not following protocols, but he's following science.
exactly.
Science is his leader. After the thing pushes him, and it's like he has to be on the board. And one guy throws a hatchet thing, and he just goes, it just, it just
Yes.
to avoid it, he goes right back onto the board easily. I was like, what? And then when they shoot the electricity, I just thought of Wizard of Oz, the witch. I'm melting. I am
I mean, it was
melting.
around that time frame, so that makes sense.
But I just found that hysterical where you see the similarities in that way. I don't know which one came first,
I mean,
the Wizard of Oz or this, because they colorized the Wizard of Oz. I know that, but I'm not sure which came first. But anyway, find that.
Wizard of Oz came first. It was 1939.
Holy crap, they did a great job colorizing it.
I know.
Uh, and then the leader, which we've seen him in many movies afterwards, as much
Oh,
older, of
you're talking
course.
about Captain Patrick Henry, played by Kenneth Tooby.
Yeah, he's been in so many movies, and we've seen him where much older. He's a redhead, but
Mhm.
he just he's a face of danger. He's just smiling. Hey, how are you? All right, yeah, sure. Come over here and talk to me. All right. I was like, and They're so clean. Suits,
Hey man, that was a
pressed,
time. That was a time everybody needed to be pressed.
pressed, the haircut, boom. And they go to that station, right? They travel and which
Hmm.
I find funny where they land, they go to that thing and they land and you just watch the cameras just watching them from the airplane all the way down. They just walk for 3 minutes to the where they have to enter, whatever the mess hall, whatever. And they're greeted by all the people. And they have the one lady, not the main one, but the lady there at that station.
Hmm.
She's wearing like no, she's dressed to the nine, hair all done, feet are nice flats. Granted, back then you have people always looking great, always wearing suits. Husband and wife, they slept in separate beds just for television, of course. They don't want to show that stuff. I just find it funny how clean and pressed they were. I was like, holy crap. And they've been there for a while.
Yeah.
When you're there for a while, think, Vietnam, Korean War, all this stuff, you get comfortable as best as you can. You don't wear a tie in the mess hall playing poker,
Yeah.
but you had that presence or that assumption, whatever you want to call it, in this movie in the beginning and like throughout, actually.
I thought this was funny. Close the door.
Twice.
No, he said it like 4 or 5 times.
No, well, it's twice because only two people came in.
Not anytime anybody opened that door. Two people only
Right.
came in, but like I think there was like one person that laughed also. He just goes, close the door. Right off the bat. I'm like, man, you can't wait. Like it was like, were you raising a barn? I'm like, he just walked in.
I know exactly. He just walked in the door. Like, how's he going to get in without opening the door? And you see him like closing the door as the guy says, "Close the door." I was like, "Yes, sir."
If that moment
Um,
felt like it was a bad timing on a play stage, when you're watching like theater and you have that one actor that just like, I need to get this line out, but they don't know their timing.
but at the same token, it's off because he's like, "Close the door," like not like close the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like not like with energy or enthusiasm. Like like, damn, it's cold in here.
Yeah.
And you would think also like in that sense, like it would be more of a cabin, but he's like in a home, spacious. Is
That's
of
the
course there's a
office.
fireplace. It was entertaining. Kim came to see at the last end because I had to stop and go to work and come back and finish it. And she saw it, she's like, interesting. But I also like, I don't know his name. The second in the man, like he's like, hey, chief or hey, major. He's like he gave the idea. It was like
Oh,
he knew how to defeat it without knowing how to defeat it.
it was either James Young or Robert Nichols. They both played the lieutenants. There was Lieutenant Eddie Dykes and Lieutenant Ken Erickson.
Well, yeah, I think they were like both together, and it says like one was a blonde, one was a brunette.
I couldn't tell. It was black and white.
Well, you can't tell a blonde. This light, it's not brunette. But there was like two of them, like they're talking, they're bantering with the main guy, talking trash and like blowing up his spot once in a while.
True. But genius maneuver, putting the electric blanket on the giant slab of ice.
I know. They broke the window. It has to be cold in here. Let me put a blanket over top of it.
I don't want it. I don't want it looking at me. Let me put the.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get cold. They broke the window.
I get it. The concept was he doesn't want it looking at him. He feels like it's looking at him, but like
right, and it was obviously
yeah. But then he puts on an active electric blanket.
I was like, oh my god! And then you have the like the again in the sense of remake, you have the dogs in there, and
Yes.
I see, I was like, oh, okay, I can see here. Now watching the first one and then watching this felt almost like a prequel, even though the prequel came out in 2011. In a way, because there's two camps
In the remake, yeah.
Yes, there's two camps, and then you have this one, and it feels like this was the Norwegians, even though it wasn't.
Yeah, even though they clearly say that it's the U.S. and whatnot, they
Right,
yeah, I see where you're coming from.
because they dealt with it first and stuff like that. And granted, they expand on the lore of the thing in the remake, and which is smart.
So wait,
Granted,
are we
I
talking
saw
about both in this review?
no, we're not. I'm just
Okay.
like doing the comparison.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the comparison. But in comparison of the two, I find the remake better, which is a rarity.
Yes, usually
Rare,
you're very stern about like the original's whole truth.
right? Because the original gets it.
Mm-hmm.
But the remake on this one, John Carpenter's remake, is far better. But this is entertaining.
Mm-hmm. I
This
mean,
is
for
entertaining.
$2
For
and 75
Halloween,
cents, this is a very entertaining film.
even for free, even though I had commercials on mine. For me, in summer camp, when I went to summer camp, we had night slumber parties or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll do like the black and white films, and there'll be horror.
Yeah, like The
Why for little
Fly
kids?
or like
But they're horror, but they're not that scary. Because I remember watching one with a puppet. I can't remember the name. And at the last scene, the puppet's killing the master, and he says, "I'm blind." I can't remember it. For those who know what I'm talking about, comment below. Why does it say that? I don't know. So they weren't scary. Like, yes, during our growing up, those movies were not scary. Um, this movie was not scary, but back then, I can see why it's scary. Oh,
yeah.
the music! Holy crap, was it so loud?
I think that was a problem with music at that time, though. So I
What?
remember a lot of
No, but
movies like that Dad would watch, and the music would just be like blaring. Even
right, but I
Blazing Saddles, to a certain extent, the music was
yeah,
a little bit
but
louder.
but a lot of movies are like that. Yes, until a certain time, they fixed it, but it was like they were really trying to, I guess, drive the suspense to
Hmm.
the audience, even though it was like really not that suspenseful. And so they knew that music is drives the audience in one way or another.
True.
Is this worth the watch
I would say, yeah, it is.
in comparison to the remake?
In comparison to the remake, no. Now the debate is in comparison to the prequel. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
say nothing until you watch that.
Right. But I have to say this. So, well, okay, full pause. We didn't cover that full pause.
We kind of did the talking
Well,
over and like,
well, yeah, but I have another one.
okay.
The bomb to expose the ship.
Oh,
Oh, I have two. I actually have two.
the thermite. Okay,
Yeah, it says, oh, it's going to this melt the ice in like 30 seconds. They placed it in one spot, I believe,
kind of. Yeah.
by the wing, the tail, whatever that thing was sticking out.
Hmm.
And I believe in the remake, there's a picture, supposedly of the Norwegians, but it could also be a picture of those guys standing around because they stand around in a circle.
So how's this the fupa?
What I'm talking about, the fupa, is the melting of the ice with one
Oh, you're just connecting the
bomb.
dots.
But yeah, now I'm connecting the dots because they had a reporter that photographed almost everything.
Yeah.
Not everything. He didn't photograph the monster. He didn't really photograph the ship. He photographed them,
Hmm.
even though he was helping a lot. He photographed them, and they're standing around like in a perfect circle. And we see a picture of people standing around the ship in the remake. But here's the faux pas again, besides the bomb. At the end, the reporter is telling we have visitors, yet he takes no pictures to prove there are visitors. The alien was killed. The spaceship was destroyed.
Yeah.
Take my word for it.
I mean, they have the babies.
Do they? I thought they destroyed it.
That doesn't mean they don't have the bodies.
I thought they said they destroyed it. They destroyed everything for nothing could happen again.
I guess.
No, nothing can happen. I thought they said that, as they're closing the movie, as they're ending the film, that just like exposition, whatever you want to call it.
Epilogue.
Yeah.
Hey,
But I just find that funny. I just find it funny that the reporter's like, guys, be aware, there are visitors out there. Where's your proof?
they
Creatures
still
there.
have the
They
arm.
like Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to say that's pretty cool how they did this, how they did the special effect on that.
And technically, the arm could regrow.
Right. Like we see in the remake.
Yeah, because
But
they said that is still moving and whatnot. They didn't destroy the arm.
right, but the special effect of it was really cool because you see the hand, you see the wrist, but you see one of the guy's heads in the way
Mm-hmm.
that you can't see. If like if someone's arm is there laying down, whatever, or it's going through the table.
Yeah, it was
And
really well
the
done.
hand, and you see the doctor like poking it and whatever from but you don't really see the poke going in. You assume that's what it is. That was smart in
Yeah.
that sense, yes. And then you see the monster again regenerating the decapitated hand at one time.
Well, the hand already came back. They don't show the regeneration.
No, they show at one time when he gets burnt. Yeah, when his hand is like growing
Oh,
back, it's like disfigured,
I
and then
didn't
we see him
notice that.
again. Yeah, when he's growing, when he comes back, it's fully there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, it is worth the watch if you watch both variations. It is worth the watch to see like where they get the influence into the remake, what they took and what they got rid of, and things of that nature. That's yes,
I
I would
mean,
watch
it
it.
ties well enough that it could be considered a prequel.
Right, because the names are all different. They're not mili I don't think they're military in a remake. I can't
Not
are they?
quite.
Are they?
No, in the remake, no, they don't announce themselves to be military. To my recollection, no.
They're not dressed military. I know that.
Part of them are military, like the pilots and whatnot. They're military.
Kurt Russell?
We're talking about the original. The pilots
No,
are
okay, yes,
military, yeah.
yes, yes. Well, no, everyone's military there. What are you talking about? In the
Except for the
original, everyone's
doctors.
military. Well, hello, yeah.
Would you say worth the own?
No, you pay $3. I would never use.
The
I would never
completionist in
waste.
me compelled me to.
I understand.
It was
I
like the
understand.
bargain bin for $1, but a little bit more.
So on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a score of 87% by the critics and 73% by the audience. Who do you agree with?
I'll lean more towards the audience. I mean, like, I can see why the critics would say, like, give it a higher praise on a film view, but as a just a general audience member is what I'm considering myself. I would be comfortable with 70%. It's entertaining and fun in its own right.
Yeah, I'm with the audience as well. I mean, from what it was back then, sure, great. But 73 is still a good score.
Yeah.
But it's not 87. It's not that high up, in my opinion, especially with the dialogue. I just couldn't do the dialogue.
I would say if you have kids, this is not a bad one.
How young?
I mean, not too young. I would start maybe at 8, 6.
6.
I don't have kids.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to say, like, hey, let's watch this. Like for a horror night. Let's watch this. Like we're doing our review. We're reviewing this. We're gonna review the remake and we're gonna review the prequel, which they shouldn't have done. But anyway, all right, guys, that was our throwback review of The Thing that came from outer space.
From another world.
Oh my god.
Wait until you get to the prequel.
The Thing from Another World. Have you seen it? What was your favorite moment? Do you agree or disagree with our thoughts on it? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, follow us on Instagram. Until next time, will be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Love you too. Close the door.